Something a little bit special.
Of course, we remember the Mackay Diva Mask, Tony Santic and crew wore, and those shots are still great shots to remember the wins of these great horses by. So I'm not sure I'll have them on for too long right now, but no, it's all good fun.
Well, I haven't seen any light fantastic paraphernalia yet, but I'm sure if he comes out and wins the Guineas shortly, he's amazingly short on the tote. It's $1.60 on the tote. Bookies are betting a bit better, $2.50, but gee, he's as popular as Weekend Hustler.
Probably not quite Bob Scarborough's style. I wouldn't have thought these sorts of this sort of a mask, but you never know. You never know.
I reckon if it does it's Roe, Bob's wife, of course, named the horse Light Fantastic to trip the Light Fantastic. Perhaps we could get Roe to do that for us.
Maybe, exactly. The better half, probably more creative, get her to do something like this for him. And it is great. It is all good for racing. All this sort of extra stuff, and the crowd obviously loved the win of Weekend Hustler, and they also, I'm sure, looking forward to the performance of Light Fantastic here in the Cadbury Guineas. Of course, the Group 1 for the 3-year-olds coming up in around 11 minutes from now, and as Bruce said, $2.50 now for Light Fantastic, and he's a clear-cut favourite. Playwright is $5. You've also got in the market marching up the top $6.50, and Largo Lad at $7.50. Get my sunnies on so I can actually see again, Steve.
Yes, terrific. Oh, well, I thought that they certainly looked very good on you. $2.50 here on track is Light Fantastic, so you can shop much better there. $1.60, $1.70 across all totes, as you can see. Well, I put up $2.50. I can tell you that they've stepped in and taken that just as we were speaking. There's all the totes on screen. Playwrights, the other significant one, of course, $5 here on track, so the tote's about right. Let's look at others in commission. We go down to 13 Largo Lads, $7.50, $11.50 on the tote, and marching is a $6.50. Chance on track. They're the top 4 in the market on track. There's the totes on the new market, 3, 2, 12 and 6 for the Group 1. Weekend Hustler, Brad Rawiller, Ross McDonald, $1.70 and $1.20. There your dividends, there's your breeding. If you don't know who Weekend Hustler's by now, you never will. Flying Spur, the sire of Magnus, and Marichal, the sire of Grand Jules.
We'll start with number 3, top 2 marching and Shilling not in the yard yet, but number 3 is Latorio, the gelding by Bellotto for Nigel Blackiston out of Centre C. She's half to Seascape that won 2 Nissan Stakes, or Emirates as it was known here at Flemington, and of course second in the Victoria Derby. This horse you'd expect to improve, second up to not too bad in the Perry Cut, and he's a good looking horse.
Well, you would. Look, I don't think he can win, but 125 to 1 on the tote. The Derby runner up, who's had the one run back to Flemington, 1600. Look, he's not 125 to 1 chance. He'll benefit from this. Look, he's a big solid horse up front, isn't he? Look, he'll trim down again with this run, but 125 to 1, I think that's a little overs.
Number 4 is Playwright by Fantastic Light, this one trained by Stephen Richards, and of course he just gets over the ground so well. Late in his races, he won the CS Hayes with the Group 3, then he had absolutely no luck in the Alistair Clark, but he still managed to hit the line well.
Sort of lovely stride on him, this horse, Playwright. He's a cracker. He's learnt how to race this time in, Playwright. He should be 3 on end, should have won at the Valley, loves Flemington. Would have won in near record time with clear running at the Valley. You know, I like him a lot. You know, he's getting a bit, he's out to $5 now on track, which is interesting, but no, just at that shade of odds, so I think he can win.
Now, we can't show the favourite just yet. He's not in the yard, Light Fantastic, but we'll get to him shortly. Number 6 is Pillar of Hercules, sold, of course, to Dynamic Syndications for $1.8 million. Nope, he's just made his way up. Let's do them in order. We'll stick with Light Fantastic by Dane Hill Dancer out of Like or Not, of course, the half to the New Zealand Derby winner in Like a Gov, and also to Lectrice, who won a Group 3 in Adelaide, and this horse 3 in a row. I think Mick is now with Bruce.
Thanks, Caroline. Yeah, we've got Mick Price, and we've seen one half of the Caulfield Superstars home already in Weekend Hustler. The expectation is that the second half is about to go here with Light Fantastic. How do you feel?
Oh, I look a bit toey. You always feel a bit toey before the races. I get a bit toey before the maidens sometimes, so yeah, but look, all my 3 have had pretty good preps. Obviously, Light Fantastic is the one that's had the prep to get him here without having the ideal prep. I think he only started racing about 33 days ago. So be really relieved to see any one of mine win, but got a soft spot for him, obviously.
Let's talk about him, Light Fantastic. The only question punters might have is he coming to the end of it in a first preparation, or is it too much in a first preparation?
Yeah, look, it's a fair question, obviously, and that has been the question. But all I'd say, what's in his favour is that what he's done easily. Caulfield was easy for him. He's had 2 weeks in between. His 2 gallops have been good. Last Wednesday morning's gallop wasn't too hard for him. I haven't got many negatives. He's sound. He hasn't had any dramas. You know, he's not being nursed into the race. He's just being trained in. So sometimes you just can't tell if they run out of adrenaline or energy, you know, in the last bit. You just got to cop it on the chin.
Even luck in running, should he win?
Yes, I'd say so. If he was sort of 1 out 3 back or 1 out 1 back or something like that, and they took him into the race, something to follow. He's the better of my 3 ability-wise anyway.
Not to underestimate Schilling and Sound Journey who come through Moonee Valley. What's your expectation of them?
Have had ideal preps, and I'm pretty sure they'll be there at the finish of the race. Schilling goes good here. No reason why Sound Journey doesn't. Just a bit concerned that there wasn't much speed on, because as much as we do have a leader, I don't think he's a leader that splits them up. You know, he sort of hits the front and pricks his ears type leader. So it'll be interesting to see. Might be a messy little race, midfield.
I hope it's not for you. Good luck.
Thanks, Bruce.
Nick Price with 3 runners, but of course all the expectation is with Light Fantastic.
Oh, look, such a striking horse, isn't he? 3 from 3, the white mane and tail. He's going to be a real crowd favourite.
And like the mighty Scalacci emerging from a maiden win at Kyneton. $2.40 here on track. He's looked every bit as good as his name would imply, and he ran very fast time to beat the stablemate at Caulfield. He did it very comfortably. Craig Newitt back on board today, and isn't that one of the twists of the race that Stephen King goes on to the main danger playwright.
Number 6 is Pillar of Hercules, as I said, beautifully bred. Rock of Gibraltar is Coat, who's a half to the Golden Slipper winner in Catbird. Pete Moody's freshened him up, given him a month since his first up run, which wasn't too bad behind Turfontaine in the Wellington Stakes. He's a lovely type, this horse, and as I said, sold for $1.8 million just recently.
It's interesting, isn't it, coming into this second up off that little freshen, the 4-week break. He ran very well first up. He gave Turfontaine weight on that occasion. He meets him on level terms here this afternoon. He's a big, powerful colt, and he'll be strong at the end of the mile. There's no doubt about that.
Number 7, Sound Journey, as we heard from Mick Price about his chances. He's by the Nureyev Stallion in a good journey. He's won 4 of 5 and was a great run after being wide to win the Alistair Clark.
Well, certainly, first up here, of course, in the CS Hayes, he faced the breeze throughout and ran well. Went to Moonee Valley, managed to beat Playwright, of course, did it somewhat luckily. But there's nothing wrong with his form. Imposing strike rate for a young, lightly raced horse, 4 of 5. You can have $18 on the tote. Remarkable. He's right in the mix.
Number 8 is Kick and Chase by Red Ransom, a half to that 2-year-old you like quite a bit in Ocala, and he returned pretty good time late in the Perry Cutton.
I think this horse could surprise Caroline. He's 60-1 on track. You're going to have $104 on the tote here in Super Tab. A bit shorter in New South Wales, not surprising given that he's trained by Clary Connors. Now, his run in the Perry Cutton was okay. He conceded an impossible start. His late sectionals were sound. I think today from gate 4 he'll be ridden handier. And, you know, I think he's got a little blowout hope at the big odds.
Number 9 is Turfontaine. As we said, he won the Wellington Stakes, and then he came out and he did make up ground behind Light Fantastic in the Perry Cutton. He's by Johannesburg from the Anthony Cummings Yard. Anthony just winning the Parramatta Cup in Sydney.
Well, it's a bit similar. He conceded an impossible start there behind Light Fantastic. Can he improve enough to turn it around? Well, I think he would want the breaks to go his way, but he's another. If you're playing a little wider in the race, you'd concede him some chance.
Number 10, Viatorian. This is by Secret Savings, this gelding, and he's never been out of a place in 8 runs. A real trier of a horse, and placed Group 3 and Group 2 level his last 2 runs.
And those runs, of course, have been behind Playwright and Light Fantastic. On that line, there's not much between the 2 favourites. As we speak, there's a little money for Playwright on track. Viatorian, again, a legitimate Quinella trifecta horse in the race, I think.
Number 11, Hard War, now with David Hayes, the colt by the Danehill Stallion. Dante's Fury, a very good former Perth galloper, won his second race in Melbourne last start, and of course we expect him to go straight to the front.
Well, he does look the sole leader in the race. Marching Schilling maybe go forward. There's no other natural leader. Look, if his rider Mark Zara was able to get away with murder and rack up a second win for the afternoon, who knows? He did get a very soft lead at Caulfield last week.
Let's just quickly go out to the ring. I think Alan Iskander there. What's happening out there, Alan?
Yeah, no, it's action-packed here, Caroline. Marching has been solid at $6.50. We did take a bet of $10,000 each way earlier this week, but it's been solid in the betting. Playwright has been $4.60 out to $5. We did take a bet of $40,000 top flux, so it's obviously at the $5 because it's now into $4.80. Light Fantastic, they come for it, then they come for others, they come for it again. It's been $2.50 into $2.40, back out to $2.50, has had good support, and Largo Lad, $6.50 out to $8.50. But a great betting race out here.
Now there's Raffaello on screen. We haven't seen Marching yet. Let's just quickly go to Pete Snowden, the trainer of Marching. I think he's there with Bruce now.
Thanks, Caroline. Yeah, Peter in town today after 5 winners last Saturday. Well done. Good start for you there, but marching second up today. That's always the plan, to go to the Guineas second up.
Absolutely, Bruce. Like, he's coming off a derby preparation, and he didn't get long off, and like, he carried that conditioning into this preparation now, and I thought 2 runs was enough for him here.
He looks well in himself.
Oh, he did. His run at Caulfield was excellent. Now, when you dissect his race, his last 800 metres was the quickest of the race. He jumped really well. We had to go back from a wide gate, and he kept making ground all the way to the line. He's a very competitive horse.
Got a good barrier today. Can you turn it around a lot? Fantastic using that gate.
Oh, I'd like to think so. It's certainly going to help. As I said, we had to go back a lot further than we wanted to. He's got the ability to put himself there and relax. That's going to be a big plus today.
Good luck. Hope he wins for you.
Cheers. Thanks, Bruce.
Peter Snowden with Marching, not TAB number 1, Caroline.
Oh, look, Marching's got a great chance here. We'll have a look at him in just a minute. He was a bit late into the yard. Number 12, Raffaello, is this colt by Costa de Lago out of the good mare. Sweet Delight for Jim Marconi.
Well, his last 2 runs haven't been good enough, but the key, we've just had information through to the stewards, he'll be ridden more forward today. That might be more significant for some of his rivals. So Raffaello to go forward.
Number 13 is the bottom one, Largo Lad by Costa de Lago for John Ledger and Brad Willa.
Terrific last time, all along. Brad and John Ledger have said he wants Flemington, he wants the step up in trip, he gets it today, he's got to stand up.
And he's out of a Danehill mare, Lady Marion. She won a Group 2 and a Group 3 as well. Let's find Marching. There he is, a striking black colt by Commands out of Step, the family of Crawl, and the Stradbroke winner, also Ferry Walk Golden Slipper winner. And you know, even if he doesn't win, he's going to get in the placings. He's just such a tough, trying little horse.
Well, he looks fabulous. Is a third to Weekend Hustler and Scenic Blast in the Caulfield Guineas, entitled to make him favourite in this race. Perhaps it is. We'll find out soon.
And number 2, Shilling, we didn't have a look at either. There he is, the colt on the outside in the blue and red colours by Bian Coney for Mick Price. And as we heard before, that he did pull up with heat stress after his last run in the Alistair Clark.
Well, that's the key. If you go back to the Sandown Guineas, go back to the Hayes when he ran so well, he's certainly in the mix, number 2, Shilling.
Now, Light Fantastic at the moment out to $2.50. Money coming, though, for your top pick. Playwright, $5 into $4.60.
It's significant, isn't it, as we have a look at this imposing horse, Light Fantastic. He certainly takes the eye. Look, I favoured Playwright at the odds. Flemington, he's got a fantastic record here, but who's to say where these 2 3-year-olds might go in 6 months' time? This might be a cracking Guineas. I suspect it is.
It could be, and more than just the 2 3-year-olds in this. There are a number of them that could really go on. Marching, Shilling, Playwright, Light Fantastic, Pillar of Hercules. They're all beautifully bred, and a lot of them looking fantastic here in the yard. It is right on start time. I think they'll run a couple of minutes late here, just taking a while getting them out onto the track.
Certainly looks that way. What a lead up to this Australian Cadbury Guineas, of course, with 2 outstanding 3-year-olds topping the market, topping expectations. But as Caroline mentioned, Marching, Shilling, the Derby runner-up Latorio, he's 120 to 1. Pillar of Hercules, Sound Journey. There's some real depth here. Largo Lad down the bottom. Looking forward to this. Well, we've seen a spectacular highlight already with Weekend Hustler completing the Oakley Plate Newmarket double, but I think we're about to see another spectacular event on Super Saturday here at Flemington.
And a wonderful bunch of colts and geldings lining up here. Unfortunately, a few of them are geldings, but it has been a real stallion making race too. Horses such as Flying Spurs, Abil coming through this race. Of course, last year Miss Finland was the winner, beating the boys. Apache Cat, Alma, her reset before that. There is Light Fantastic. Gee, you can see Pillar of Hercules really sweating up. It is pretty warm and humid here, but he's a bit of a muck lather on his neck, Pillar of Hercules. Light Fantastic, he really is well named. He actually just floats over the ground. He's just a beautiful moving horse, and he looks even better at full stretch.
You touched on Zabeel. I think it was 1990, was it? He beat a horse called Arc Regal, trained by Steve Richards. Can Steve Richards finally, some 18 years later, get recompense with Playwright stepping out here this afternoon? He also had a crack at the race with a horse called Kahita. He wasn't quite good enough. Playwright, Light Fantastic, dominating this Australian Guineas. Looking forward to it.
And of course, Mick Price pretty confident about Light Fantastic, as Ross McDonald was about Weekend Hustler in the Newmarket before. Pete Snowden as well, looking for his first Group 1 winner since taking over the Crown Lodge stables there after the departure of John Hawkes. We are a couple of minutes past start time, still probably a minute or so away from time. Pillar of Hercules really getting in a bit of a state behind the start. Not so Light Fantastic. He's so relaxed and such a striking horse. Enjoy the call, Terry.
Light Fantastic on screen, the favourite. Beautifully relaxed going down to the gate. He really presented well. Marching, to my eye, remarkable how much improvement he's taken from that run at Caulfield. He looked smashing in the yard. Just started to sweat up under the thighs going to the gate. Pillar of Hercules very sweaty and really free sweating going to the gate. Playwright was sweating up in the yard, but not immensely. That's him on screen, Marching, just walking around. Largo Lad looked well, and Sound Journey looked in fantastic order. Largo Lad, no turn of foot him, but he's a big tough grinder. He'll be coming when the others are stopping. Turfontain's rider out of the saddle. So we've seen the first of the rising superstars of the Australian Turf Weekend Hustler delight the crowd, the big crowd here at Flemington, and now they're looking for this boom 3-year-old Light Fantastic to do the same. Playwright about to move in, Stephen King in the saddle today, and he's been very well backed. Marching's been the tote tumbler, on all totes has been smashed. Light Fantastic short the tote. Now Hard War moves in, we expect him to go forward. Shilling, can he recapture some of his Sandown Guineas form? Marching has a gate today, he can get a little keen on the steel if they go slow. He should take a forward spot from there. Kick and Chase moving in, Largo Lad coming up. He'll be giving them a start. Look for him to come to the outside. Brad Rawilla shooting for the Group 1 double. Raffaello moving forward. They're going to ride him forward. How forward? Will he go for the front and the blinkers? Pillar of Hercules, a muck lather, moves in. Here's Turfontaine being led up for Anthony Cummings. So Littorio out of the gate, Viatorian and Sound Journey and Light Fantastic. Not a big horse, there's nothing flash about Sound Journey, but he's a tradesman, and gee, look well on the coat. Moves in, Viatorian to come forward. He's been a bit of an underplayer against the big guns, but very consistent. Light Fantastic for a horse on his first prep is just almost asleep behind the barriers, beautifully relaxed. He's out to 270 on track. There he is, moving in, Light Fantastic. Big moment of truth for him. Littorio comes up and they're set for the running of the Cadbury Guineas. All in. Racing in the Guineas. Great start. Hard War Playwright on the fence and marching fast out. Light Fantastic away quickly, and Turfontaine going looking for the leaders as well. Not too far away, Shilling, but he's wide. Settling down. Hard War scoots to the lead from Turfontaine. Light Fantastic goes up beautifully to be third, marching fourth. Playwright the fence from Shilling. 2 lengths away is Kick and Chase. He's getting back. Sound Journey's back with him as they settle fully into stride. And Raffaello's caught out wide. A length further back is Largo Lad. They were followed by Viatorian, Pillar of Hercules, and Littorio went out to the end. Speed good. Hard War past the 1,000. A bit more than a length on Turfontaine. 3 away, Light Fantastic, and Ollie's right on his tail on marching. Shilling outside of him. Raffaello deep, Playwright the fence. Sound Journey about to come into the fray. 2 lengths away, Viatorian. Largo Lad is deep out fourth last from Kick and Chase, Littorio and Pillar of Hercules. Action about to come on to the bend. 600 metres to go. Hard War from Turfontaine. Light Fantastic there. Then came marching further out on the track, Raffaello, a length and a half. Shilling. Sound Journey tracks into it well. Viatorian, Largo Lad's in traffic as they turn the bend. Playwright likewise. Up the home running at the 400. Light Fantastic under his own steam. Move up to Turfontaine and Hard War. Trying to get a run marching. Playwright is coming through near the inside. And further back in the field, Sound Journey, Light Fantastic, gun full bore now. Here on the outside, Sound Journey and Playwright on the fence with marching coming on. Light Fantastic digs for his life. Playwright drives, marching comes, Light Fantastic hangs on and wins it. Light Fantastic has won the Guineas. Photo second and third, Playwright or marching, Largo Loud and Sound Journey close up for fourth. Then came Viatorian, Kick and Chase, Hard War. Turfontaine well back in the field, Pillar of Hercules. Then came Shilling, Raffaello, and last of all would have been Kick and Chase with Littorio. They all had their chance to beat him, but they haven't.
Another 3-year-old stands up under pressure. Light Fantastic, they all came at him. He was tiring at the end. Look at little Marching on the outside, trying his best. It is between Marching and Playwright also for second place, but here is the winner, Light Fantastic. Craig Newitt pumping the fist. He's just ecstatic. 5, 1, 4 and 7. 1 Marching getting second, 4 Playwright finishing third, and number 7 Sound Journey finishing fourth.
Gee, it's going according to the script, isn't it? Favourite wins, the 2 fancied challengers, Playwright and Marching, both running cracking races. Sound Journey, good. 5, 1, 4 and 7, the numbers here to the Guineas, but Light Fantastic. Mick Price, Craig Newitt, 4 starts, 4 wins. Kyneton Maiden to this Group 1 victory in the Cadbury Guineas here today. As we watch the finish again, that's the grey, of course, you know him. Playwright, blue, yellow armbands, black cap, trying to push through the middle. Marching now coming to the outside of Light Fantastic. Soon you'll see Sound Journey left of picture, starting to put his bid in as the leaders capitulate. Light Fantastic, look, he's shown he's a racehorse here again today. He's been able to do it all his own way thus far. He responds to hard riding. Terrific performance. Sound Journey finishing on late. And who's that in the blue and white? Largo Lad, of course, rattling into 5th place on the outside. Great performance, great win.
I think we'll see a lot more of these 3-year-olds. I think all of them horses to follow, those first 4 in particular. But Light Fantastic by Danehill Dancer, the sire of Choisir, out of Like or Not. He's a half to a New Zealand Derby winner. Here he is winning the Cadbury Guineas and beating some very good 3-year-olds. Marching, he was just hooked in, just trapped in a little bit behind the winner there, but he got out and ran on well. But Mick Price would be satisfied with the performance of all 3 of his runners. Bruce?
I'm sure all 3, but we've got a special 3-year-old here, Mick, in Light Fantastic.
What a fantastic job he's done, Bruce. 33 days ago he went to a maiden at Kyneton. It's a big job to ask, and look, probably second horse was just a little bit unlucky, I guess. A beautiful ride by Craig. He knew he had Marching on his inside and kept him there for long enough, but I would say just the preparation he's had, if he had have had a better prep leading in, what would he have done then? But I don't know when the next horse I'll get like him, but just absolutely outstanding horse.
You knew when he went to Kyneton he was good, but you think in 33 days he'd be winning a Group 1?
Look, we're pretty positive about our horses, and he was unraced. I had him nominated for this race as an unraced horse. Those early noms can catch you out. I couldn't have said to you then that he's going to start odds on, or you know, in the Australian Guineas, but look, we stay positive on him. Once he won Kyneton, we went straight to a listed race and then a Group 2 and then here. So I asked him to do it, and he had a fantastic jockey on him, and he just did it.
Spell and then Cox Plate the aim?
Yes, yeah, for sure. I think Weekend Hustler should try and win another Newmarket.
Thanks, Mick. Well done.
No worries, thanks.
Mick Price, winning trainer here, and Craig Newitt, the winning jockey. And we'll have a chat to the winning owners in a minute, Caroline.
Yep, Bob Scarborough in those colours they've been worn to such great success by horses such as Marble Hall, Sleek Shazzy, and there are interim dividends as we wait to have a chat with Bob Scarborough. $2.30, $1.30, $1.80 for Marching, Gallant in Defeat, and $1.80 for Playwright. The rest of them there on your screens. First, third and fourth to Mick Price.
I'd love to just see the side-on vision of the finish again of the last couple of hundred, if we can do that in a few moments, because this was a tremendous finish, and horses just behind them, Largo Lad has run 5th, officially 6th was Viatorian, that's the winner of course on screen. But this was a cracking finish. There wasn't a great deal between the first 4 or 5 here. Terrific race, the Guineas, as we watch the winner return to scale.
Oh, look, he's got just such a bright future too, and Craig Newitt really enjoying being associated with this fantastic horse. The white mane and tail, I think we saw Weekend Hustler get a huge round of applause as he came back to scale. I think you'll see the same for this horse here when you see these 3-year-olds, lightly raced 3-year-olds, winning these sorts of races and really standing up after being wrapped for a long time, both of them. They had big wraps from their stable and everyone connected with them, and it's great for racing to see these good 3-year-olds come through in the Group 1s.
136.4 is the official time for the 2008 Cadbury Guineas. It smacks of what might happen in the spring with these 3-year-olds. Marching, I guess, well, he couldn't get within 3 lengths of Weekend Hustler in the Caulfield Guineas. He stretched Like Fantastic. Interesting that even Mick Price said maybe there's a case to say the runner-up was a touch unlucky, but the winner has maintained an extraordinary record. 4 wins from 4 starts. Roll on the spring is all I can say is when these horses meet each other. Weekend Hustler, Like Fantastic, and Marching, who may well be an improved racehorse this time around.
Oh, Marching is a sensational racehorse. If you see the replay as well, when you watch the replays, whether it's today or on Racing Review later on, you'll see just exactly what happened with Marching, because he was behind Light Fantastic, and he had to wait for Light Fantastic to lengthen to give him the run himself. So just those couple of strides of not having the momentum might have just cost him, but I don't know that he would have necessarily got past Light Fantastic. He's in the Cerise marching. You can see him there just in behind Turfontaine. You can see on his outside the grey horse there is of course Light Fantastic. Round about here, marching finds it hard to get out, and it just has to wait for Light Fantastic to go forward.
Now where's Largo Lad? He's back in the side winkers and the blue, the white cap. Let's have a listen to the finish again. Look how close these horses get.
Light Fantastic gun full bore now. Here on the outside, Sound Journey and Playwright on the fence with Marching coming on. Light Fantastic digs for his life. Playwright drives, Marching comes. Light Fantastic hangs on and wins it. Light Fantastic has won the Guineas.
Craig, knew this has been a special day for you in recent years. The past 2 Australian Cups, Miss Andretti last year, and you found another star this year.
Yeah, Bruce, I've been pretty blessed to have, in my short career in the saddle, to find 2 champions, and I think this horse is well on his way.
You rode a super confident race. You knew what you had there, and you also probably rode against Marching to some extent.
Yeah, a little bit. I was always wanting to drop in just a bit beyond the speed and come out at the top of the straight. He travelled up super, and I rode him like he's the best horse in the race, and he prevailed.
He's under a lot of pressure. Did you ever feel as though you were going to go under?
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned. Probably 75 out. They were really starting to close on him, but just the tenacity of him is just unbelievable.
And we all look forward to the spring.
Yeah, we do.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Craig Newitt, winning jockey here on Light Fantastic as we get ready for Group 2 action in Sydney. Let's go there with Frank.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Yes, we're talking about the $250,000.